Hey, what's up, everybody? How we doing today? Welcome to the Dr. Quack House Calls. I'm Dr. Quack, and today we've got a special guest here. We've got a man I've known for quite some time. Let me tell you, one of the men that I know that he comes out here and does his thing, a lot of things. We're going to talk about him. Ladies and gentlemen, let me bring him on, Mr. Wallace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, Quack?
What is going on?
Man, pleasure to be here, man. I'm glad within the last month, we was able to do a wrestling podcast that I do within the four corners of wrestling, and you were able to be on the episode. And I love the fact that I'm turning around and we're doing a house call, man. What's up?
That's right. I mean, you made it here, man. It's like, we're role reversing and everything now.
Hey, man. Hey, you made it big time when you get a house call, bro. That's all I got to say.
Well, I appreciate all that. I mean, we'll talk about a lot of things here because first I want to talk about exactly the voice of WGP, Wrestling Geeks and Pariahs. I wanted to ask you because what's the difference for you being the man in charge over in WGP versus a promo artist?
Well, let me start here because the promo world is such it's a unique world. It's definitely something that is a spawn, or dare I say, maybe like a spinoff of everybody who's part of the promo world. It's a spinoff because we love wrestling. All right. And, it gives us a chance to create our own characters and talk our own smack to each other. And it's an outlet. I'll be honest. It's a great outlet. It can be stressful at times. And, it's almost that thing that we have that, you really don't kind of share with the public. But at this point in time, I'm not ashamed or scared to share with the public, because, I mean, we kind of felt that way growing up as kids, right? Watching wrestling. Oh, you watch that wrestling crap. And you're like, come on, like, get into it. You'll understand, or at least try to go. Or a live show. A live show, usually, if I meet somebody that, that crap, all right, well, come to a live show with me. It'll change your mind in a heartbeat. So I'll change a lot of people's minds with that. But just that wrestling, that promo wrestling world that we got, it's a dope world. It just, like I said, it's a spawn off of our love of wrestling. Gives us a chance to feel like, we're wrestlers to a certain degree without actually getting into the physical ring. So let me understand. Let me, straighten that out. That, hey, real people that wrestle. Hey, we got the utmost respect for you guys, because this is just verbal wrestling. It's just, talking smack to each other. But I love it. And as in regards to WGP, man, it's still in the same realm, because you still are part of the promo, bubble. The difference is obviously, the amount of responsibilities and the amount of, dealing with multiple personalities from several different people that you kind of, got to rein in and harness. So trust me, I think you know a little bit about that. It's not easy to get a lot of people on one page. It's never easy. And so that's just the difference. Being a promo artist, you get the chance to just put your art out there. Being in charge, you got a lot to worry about. A lot of the details from booking to, getting the actual promos from people, how you're going to display the event. It kind of does give you that, almost feel as if you are Paul Heyman back in ECW days when you're in charge of a lot of things. It kind of does give you that to a certain degree, but obviously it's not to that severity of what Paul Heyman had to do. But it does kind of give you a peek into what he had to do. So if that's fair to say.
That I agree with. It is definitely a different world. Now, you guys generally run a show once a week, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every Wednesday, we have a weekly episode called Wild Out Wednesday. We do it live and just, have fun, have some matches, have some people drop some challenges or, talk a little smack and, give a chance for these guys to put their art out to display, man.
I mean, because you've seen like different places. Some places will run once a month. Some people will run every week. Some people run bi-weekly. What do you think is the best formula?
Whatever works for them. But what works for us is, I've always had a vision that you see WGP weekly, and have a weekly episode. It gives us a chance to tell stories, over a period of time. It gives us a chance to, have just people just battle. If there's a disagreement or there's something that needs to just get battled out on a promo battle, this is your chance to do it. So we try to run it as if it's a TV show, because when you see certain programs on when it comes to wrestling, they have interviews, they have people, throwing out challenges, and it's not just necessarily the wrestling part. You want to give them a show, entertainment. So we want to still be able to provide great promo content, but still give you something of a show that entertain you. Because if we're doing like an hour or 45-minute show, you can watch people promo battle, but give me something else. Like give me the whole shebang that captures me as when it comes to entertainment. So that's what we try to do.
Definitely. And what's the name of the next show?
Winter Warfare, November 19th. That is our next.
Right before Thanksgiving. That'll be a good feast right there.
Yeah, because we want to go ahead and have a show before Thanksgiving. Let everybody have the week off, and focus on being an individual outside this promo bubble. Give you a chance to spend time with family, friends, and not having to worry about your deadline for this promo I got due. And because at the end it is a hobby. We don't want to make it feel like for people like it's a job or anything like that. So man, we try to make sure that we're having fun most of all. So
definitely let's break down a little bit of these matches here, because you've got the FTW championship, Mama Purge taking on Hollywood Haywood.
Obviously Mama Purge has been making her way around the promo bubble, and I got to give Mama Purge her credit. She's been able to make a name for herself outside of just being the mother of the Purge. So I think she's been doing a phenomenal job. Taking on Hollywood Haywood, icon in this business and this promo bubble that we do. A belt collector. Anytime anybody enters this realm of entertainment that we got on the internet, it's kind of hard to not hear about Hollywood Haywood. So that'll be an interesting match. Obviously, Mama Purge has her plate full with that one. Hey, I like underdogs, but this one is there. That's going to be a tough to say that the underdog is going to pull away with this one, but you never know. You never know.
Definitely. I mean, it's always any given promo.
Yes, I like that. You better trademark that one.
Oh, I have. A couple other people have used it. I got my residence off of it.
Get them coins, dog. Get them.
That's right. Make my money.
Yeah.
So we have the Havoc title. We have Don taking on Steve Faison.
Yeah. Don Krypton. Man, when I say a very talented wordsmith, I mean the guy doesn't raise his voice, doesn't have to yell in his promos, but his choice of words and the way he delivers it is so hard hitting. And the man could tell a story. And then you got Young Gun, who's just raw in your face. ODB, old dirty bastard. I'm just gonna talk shit to you in your face kind of guy. So very talented brother that does his thing on the promo joints. And this one, man, that battle right there, whoo, it's a clash of two different styles, but they hit hard in different ways with their words. And so that one's gonna be if you are a fan of promo wrestling and you like good promos, that joint right there is going to be the one that's going to be like, whoa, okay. Knock your socks off for real. That's going to be a good one right there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and then you've got the big match, the WGP Championship. Somebody I've never heard of, Dr. Doof. I'm telling you, a lot of doctors in this world, you know, taking on DB Greatness. Now, he hasn't lost the title since Champion Showcase. Am I right on this?
Well, we ran a storyline, and you know, excuse me, not to kill anybody's kayfabe.
Not the kayfabe.
I know, right? But you know, we ran a storyline where DB was blown up, and he came back and resurrected like when the Green Ranger came back as the White Ranger in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So that's kind of the storyline we've been running there over there in WGP. And but when it comes to DB Greatness, man, I got to be honest, man. In this matchup, I obviously have him the favorite. No disrespect to Dr. Doof, but he's not a continuance or a person that you see on a regular occurrence as promo artist. So I don't think he has the experience to take on somebody of DB's caliber. The only reason why he's in this match right now is because we had not a lot of few people enter a battle royal, a costume battle royal, to win a chance to get a championship match. So he kind of almost won by default. So, you know, but it is what it is. It was still entertaining. The battle royal that ended up being a singles match, but it's okay. Card subject to change. If anybody, if you're not familiar with that, get familiar with that, because in the wrestling world, it's the same thing as in the promo world. Card subject to change. So, Dr. Doof, I'm not sure if he'll make this championship match. I think he might get scared and bow out. Who knows? Because once he looks at DB's resume, he might piss his pants for real.
That sounds like a malpractice suit.
Well, a malpractice suit. Well, all I know is if Dr. Doof gets gets a check for it, he needs to write some of it off to WGP. I do know that. So, but no, DB Greatness, man. I'm gonna say something, and I don't think hopefully for those who are in our promo bubble agrees with it. If they don't, I don't give a damn. It's my belief. So fuck your feelings. Anyway. No, hashtag DB Greatness. I'm gonna say this. Probably the very skilled promo artist that has been doing this, very detail oriented, and if you ever pay attention to any of his promos, it's so detail oriented, and you have to really shut the hell up and listen to understand what he's saying. Honestly, probably one of the best promo artists to ever do this, or still doing it, and I will stand on that hill. He doesn't get a lot of praise, doesn't get a lot of the accolades, or a lot of people putting his name out there next to the A-list Alversons and the Hollywood Haywoods, and
cream of the crop.
I think DB Greatness is part of that cream of the crop, and I will stand on and die on that hill. I just don't think he gets a lot of the praise, and it's kind of a shame that he doesn't, because I think his name needs to get mentioned when you start talking, Mount Rushmore of promo heads. So that's how good he is. Yeah,
there's a lot of conversation about that lately. Like, who is the top of the top there in that cream of the crop, that Mount Rushmore? I've been hearing a lot of that, but I want to move on here. I want to move on to HSP. Mm-hmm. Where you are now a part of the cartel. How did that come down? Well,
at the end of the day, Carter Diamond, aka Bossolini, comes up with the offer that you can't refuse, and things happen that way. And over in HSP, the cartel is destined to save HSP. We are destined to make sure that it is in good hands amongst quality promo artists. And our goal is to get every last championship that HSP has, so that, hey, not only do we look good as a cartel and just doing what we're doing, but hey, look at you, HSP. You're elevated because you are getting represented by some of the best of the best. So that's our goal, and that's the reason why I joined Cartel over in HSP. It was a no-brainer.
That's right. By the way, yeah, if you're out there and if you have any questions for Mr. Wallace, by all means, definitely bring them up. We'll put them up here for you. But, you know, speaking of which, you got two more members technically, I believe. Now you've got Heathen and the Purge. How is that working out? Have you had conversations with the Heathen or Purge?
Well, I haven't necessarily talked to the fellas, but I mean, my understanding is, it was almost contractually obligated for Heathen to join us because he didn't finish out his contract from his previous stint in the cartel. So he's almost like our bellboy, our bellhop, our errand boy. Hey, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he's part of the cartel. He is. I think I'm about to start taking advantage of it and start having him go pick up my dry cleaning and things like that. And well, I might even send Purge, because they're a tag team, and we'll see if either one of them can happen to go get the Soulfire Championship. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna take care of business, get this Sergeant Chaos Havoc. What is this guy going?
Yeah, I mean, he's your next opponent here. Semifinals, a big shock to see Sergeant Havoc in there in the top 4. I got to say that. I mean, how do you treat him? Like, how do you prepare for a guy like Sergeant Havoc who's now making a rejuvenation here?
Man, come on. If you call it rejuvenated, then hell, then I need to have a revival and revive another person that I've been kicking their ass left and right through. But anyway, regardless, look, Sergeant Havoc. I guess that's your new name now. Let me show some respect, Sergeant Havoc. Look, man. I think you know who the hell I am. You know what's up. There's no pressure on me. There's none. I mean, you can say, Mr. Wallace, you know what's up. And I'm confident like that because I deserve that, to have this confidence, because I've earned it. I put it in the work to get this confidence. I put in the work to get these accolades. I put in the work to have my name matter something in this promo battle. So, come on. No pressure here. It's all up for Sergeant to show up that he can hang with someone of my caliber. I doubt it, but here's your opportunity.
Definitely. I mean, that's going to be an interesting matchup. I want to talk about the other ones here at Demon Seed, especially that other half. I mean, you've got Bossolini taking on Prince Blackheart. The winner of that will meet the winner of your match in the finals of this number one contendership match. Yeah,
it's just cartel math. So there's 100% chance of we're walking away with this championship, whether it's Boss or me. And we'll probably kind of have that discussion of, who should take the, poke of doom and just take the fall. We'll have that discussion.
Wow. So you guys won't battle each other if it's a one-on-one. You guys one would take the fall and the other one would move on to fight old school.
Well, I think of it this way, Craig. What is the purpose of brothers fighting? That's all I ask. And why mess up something that can be, magical, as in of pure dominance of one promotion? There's no need for us to fight. And now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If Brother Bossolini feels like it's better that we squabble, hey, for those that know, Mr. Wallace, make sure you say the missus never scared of a good old squabbling. But I'm trying to be diplomatic, and let's just make sure that we do what's right for business, do what's right for the cartel at the end of the day. We'll leave it at that.
So if it comes down, let's say you end up winning this number one contendership match, and it comes down to you and Old School. I mean, do you feel any intimidation on that? You guys have never met, am I right?
Not in a singles match. We've met in multiple tag team matches, but never solo. Seen some of Old School's work, realized that he is a true vet in the game, got probably more years in this game than I do. But good old Mr. Wallace, make sure you say the Mr. has never been shy of new challenges, new things to conquer. So, hey, there's nothing wrong with, taking another carcass and thrown it in my ever-growing graveyard that I got in the trail behind me. So, hey, it is what it is.
I totally understand that. I got a couple more matches here I want to talk about because you brought up Mama Purge. She's over here on the 26th taking on the Heathen.
That's going to be Heathen. I hope that he doesn't get too confident. Now I get it. He's a vet in the game, but Mama Purge has been doing the work to get better and better, and I just hope that he doesn't take it lightly. I think that'll be a bad mistake on his part. So if he was a smart man, unfortunately, I've never known the Heathen to be that, but he should, just take my advice. Heathen, I'm looking out for you, man. That's what being part of the cartel is about. Look out for you. So, hey, man, take Mama Purge out quickly and don't play with your food. Dispose of her quickly.
And then you've got the main event here. You've got a ghost story match. Vagabond, your former tag partner, taking on one of your adversaries along, the Storyteller.
Now, that's an interesting matchup right there. That is very interesting right there. I'm not sure the words or the rules and regulations of this type of a match. But I do know when it comes to stories being told, you're looking at two of the best. Storyteller calls himself that, and he can tell a good tale. Vagabond, I'm letting you know if you get dragged to the Shadow Realm, be ready. It's going to be a fight. He's a great wordsmith himself. So definitely because of former alliances, rooting for the youngin, my brother from another Vagabond. But hey, I wouldn't be surprised if a Storyteller walks out with a W on that one either.
Yeah, I mean, it should be an interesting matchup there. They've really kind of built their story, quote unquote, on this.
Yeah, and that's what it's funny. You say story, and story match is it gets no better than that when you can create the other part of a match, not just the actual battle, but something that makes it significant. So that's always dope as well.
All right. I want to move on a little bit because I want to talk about a few things because, you wild card Mar over here. I want to talk to that man, because this man had me on the Four Corners podcast. And if you haven't checked it out, check it out on YouTube. I'm telling you, it's a great show. A lot of great people on there, and they talk about pro wrestling just like me. They love this sport.
Yeah.
But I want to get your opinion on Sting retiring.
Hey, the fact that he was still going on for this long is a feat of his own. I mean, how many guys his age, can say that they were still doing physical type of work like that? Yes, and Alice Alverson is right. Hard to beat storytelling in a storytelling contest. Yeah,
I will agree. Doesn't seem fair. No.
But no, Sting retiring. I don't think it's sad. I just think it's like almost more of a thank you. If you're a wrestling fan, you're saying thank you to Sting.
What was your favorite match on Sting? Moment.
To be honest, my favorite moment for Sting, just because of my time frame of watching wrestling, my favorite moment, believe it or not, was actually his WWE match at WrestleMania 31 against Triple H. For me, that was just because when we talk about stories, you just think about the stories and how they wrapped up pretty much, the Monday Night Wars and wrapped it up into one match. And even though so much time had passed, and you're talking about when that situation of wrestling was going on and when they had that match, that was, internet time. So you're learning the stories in the back, the drama behind scenes and whatnot. And so that was dope. That was a very nostalgic run for me. Yes, A-List, you are not wrong.
that one match was so great.
That one match, just for me, was just dope to see, because I wish it could have been Sting and Taker somehow, just because they always been compared for some reason as those, pillars for each company at the time of the Monday Night War. So I would have loved to have seen Taker incorporated in that somehow. But I think what having Triple H and part of the story as well, because he's a part of that story as well when it comes to Monday Night War. So,
how would you have booked that match, Sting versus Taker? Who would you have put over? How would it ended? What would have been the finish on this?
Well, I mean, obviously, because WWE won and Undertaker pretty much was that pillar for WWE, I would probably have to have him take the 1, 2, 3. But I would have done it in the graveyard match. I would have done it in the graveyard match. I don't know if I would have done it cinematic like him and AJ Styles done it, but maybe like an old school, in your house where they had just a pile of dirt at the entrance and go bury your opponent. So
here's a question for you: Who should have beat Triple H more, Sting or Booker T?
Give me the five-time WCW heavyweight champion.
Little sugar nugget quack quack.
Sugar nugget quack quack. Hell yeah. I would have definitely loved to see Booker T give Triple H the business, man.
Yeah, they kind of buried him at that WrestleMania pretty much, didn't they?
Man, it's crazy how not only buried him, but how wrong they did that, man. When that man gave you so much entertainment, you call yourselves an entertainment company, he was giving you entertainment gold. And I'm like, man, show some love to Booker T, man. And come on. That man was a king. King Booker.
Oh yes, that was the greatest gimmick for him. For me, that one pinky over there, up in the air.
Come on, got his wife in on the gig too. Come on.
Oh yeah, I mean they both. She made the Hall of Fame. He's made the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
And I got one more question here. I don't want to get sidetracked too much, but TNA now changing their name to Impact. You have NWA now getting booked with CW, right? Finally getting shows on television. You got the WWE now being bought up by TKO, and you got AEW doing their thing, but they're kind of losing their crowd. How do you see everybody shaking out on all this?
I'm glad that NWA signed a deal with CW. I said that's why they don't do guest. That's hilarious. I love the fact that NWA is on a network that can be seen by a majority of the world, or at least in America, having their content on CW. So that's a big move. Look, people, you're going to favor what you want to favor. Mm-hmm. I try my hardest because there's a lot out there. I try my hardest to watch as much wrestling as possible, regardless where it's coming from. So, I mean, you just got to take it for what it is for each company, what they do. Obviously, WWE is going to be your more very corporate structured wrestling content. So you just got to, take it for what it is. If you think you're going to get ECW from WWE, yeah, think again. That's not their content. So you just got to take each company's content for what it is, man. And just as long as they can give me some good content, I'll watch it.
Oh, how much would you pay for a wrestling ticket?
That's probably not a good question because I'm one of the cheapest bastards in America. So if I could get that joint close to free, that is better for me.
So you're not going out buying the $1,000 seats at WrestleMania?
Oh no, I plan to be at WrestleMania in April. But I don't plan on breaking my bank account for it.
I'm sure even the cheap sheets got to be a few hundred.
Hey, if that's what it takes for me to get into the house, then so be it. But one thing I will not do, I will not sacrifice my bills, food, or money on the table that I got to feed my family with to go see a damn WWE WrestleMania. I would not do that. All right, I refuse to go broke for a damn AEW, TNA, or Impact, whatever the hell you calling yourself now. Nobody. I will not break my wallet to go see your content.
One more here from wrestling here. They're talking about putting WrestleMania overseas, possibly in London or in Germany. They've had a few names brought up outside the United States. How do you feel about that? Would you go to a WrestleMania overseas?
I wouldn't go because that would go against what I just said, because that would break my
yeah.
to go see it. All right. And now if it so happens that they do a WrestleMania overseas and I'm in different financial circumstances, then I'll probably give a different answer to that. You did welcome, Marvin. hey, that's what I know, right? But no, to be honest, man, you know, if I had the financial beings to do it, I would do it. And to be honest, I'm the wrestling fan. I'm not upset about it. The reason why is because you know, there's wrestling fans overseas. They take in the content too. There's wrestling fans that travel over to the States all the time to see shows. But it would mean something more to have a WrestleMania over there, because it's not just saying it's our thing. It's a wrestling thing. And if you start sharing it to the world, it makes it that. And honestly, it's business. Man, come on. And we all know WWE is always going to be about a business part of the end of that equation. I mean, I've heard the NFL talk about putting the Super Bowl overseas. It's almost the same thing. They want to make sure you maximize their dollars, because that's part of their business model is, oh yeah, we're going to entertain you with wrestling. But best believe we're doing it in the intent to make money. So.
Exactly right. I want to move into the NFL here because go ahead and tell them your team, man. Go ahead. I know you want to tell them.
I mean, you know, if you took WrestleMania to concept and made it global, which three houses?
Now, this would you pick? Oh, this is an interesting one.
Ooh, man. I would probably put a WrestleMania, and I would probably do like a South African show, like kind of do like a Ali or Foreman type joint.
Oh yeah,
you know, I would probably do that. I would definitely take it to probably either I would probably take it to Japan, definitely Tokyo, Japan. Get it, you know, take advantage of that wrestling crowd that loves New Japan over there. That'd be a dope scene.
Oh yeah, fighting in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah, that'd probably be even bigger. Yeah, but either way, I would definitely take it to that market. And then I know we always got wrestling has a big following over in the Ireland, UK area. So probably somewhere in there. Yeah. Just because you already know you're going to get one hell of a turnout, and the atmosphere in the crowd is going to be unmatched. So probably over there in Ireland, Dublin. Let's go Dublin.
That's some good choices there. But yeah, now we talk the NFL here. Yeah. Go ahead and tell them your team.
Yeah, man. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri, so I'm a diehard Kansas City Chief fan. I've been a Chief fan since I was little, so there's nothing been fake or fraud about my fandism.
Have you became a Swiftie?
I refuse to become one of those.
How do you feel about that whole thing being the center of attention during a football game?
I mean, you know, hey, these networks, they need something to, you know, sell the content to not your average football viewers. And she's not your average football viewer. and neither is her fan base, her cult, fan base, whatever you call it. You know, she opens up another fan base for the NFL. It's a smart business move, whether how genuine the situation is, but there's a lot of people benefiting from it. So, hey, by all means, obviously, as a football fan, you get tired. You're like, hey, man, stop panning the camera to her. Like, we don't care. no, literally.
Nobody cares.
Football fans, we don't care. All right? We don't care that she's at the game. We don't care. It's just, I understand because, doing a lot of podcasts and you gotta, I just understand how the media works. You understand that they got an agenda. It is what it is. So
they got to make their money. What was the biggest surprise from this week's games for you?
The fact that the 49ers couldn't beat the Vikings.
That shocked me too, even more than the Baltimore win over the Lions.
I wasn't shocked that the Lions lost. I think I probably was more shocked on the way that they lost because of a blowout like that. But when it comes to the Vikings, they're missing their best offensive player. They're missing, what I thought was a defense. Somehow they found it against the 49ers. But look, I get it. 49ers were missing some players. So you still with a better roster. You still with a better team. What to me, what no surprise is I keep trying to tell people that Brock Purdy is a system quarterback. And, sometimes we got to stop with just because he's playing well and getting confused for him being one of the best quarterbacks. And that's not it.
So who would you say is the best team right now going into the next week?
Oh, and this is,
I'm just waiting for it.
The Chiefs. I mean, to me,
they're impressive.
I mean, not only record-wise, but I mean, the defense is playing damn good defense. Top 5 defense. The offense is starting to come around. To what everybody's standard of what a Chiefs offense looks like. They're used to them, racking up all the yards and scoring a lot. And, they haven't really necessarily done that. But, I mean, if you really look at it, they're just kind of still, finding, knocking out the kinks. So it's not like it's one of them terrible offenses like a Patriots offense. You know what I'm saying? So they shocked
me this week. I was like, I thought Belichick was never going to get his 300th win.
My goodness, that's Buffalo. How did I forget about you tucking that crap away? My goodness. Look, I get it. Division games, people are going to say that, yeah, cool. But come on, man. The Quack, I could probably come up with a high school offense that is more efficient than what the Patriots offense is doing. And like, come on. Is this what we're really doing? Are you supposed to have a top 5 defense in Buffalo and you get scored on by that? Mm-hmm. Come on.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Belichick just got a contract extension, his 300th win. He is definitely having a good day.
Oh, yeah. He running around in that money like a pig in dirt, bro.
I can just hear him now. He's like, yeah, I'm rolling around the money. We still got to work on our offense, defense. Yeah. Moving on to Cincinnati. Yeah, I can just hear him being like, that's how excited he gets, man. It's like, Jesus. Hey, man. They said one year he only smiled 7 times.
Gosh. Yeah, that's a guy that's, yeah, that's different.
It is definitely out there. But I'm going to do a couple rapid fire questions here. Anybody trying to get into podcasting or in promoing, any advice for them?
Don't. If you like the life that you have right now, where it's peaceful, nobody's nagging at you, and nobody's messing up your stress mode, don't do it. No. All jokes aside, no. Starting a podcast, man, or doing promo in either one, it is going to require some time sacrifice. especially with podcasts, because unless you got the funds to just be running your network like you're ESPN or something like that, or you gotta already you gotta find a way to balance your time with making content, editing content, promote your content. It's a lot of stuff that comes with it. Obviously, you get the benefit of having a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, free sources to advertise, but you still gotta make sure that your content works, and staying consistent is pretty much the keys for that. With promo in, it's I think the biggest thing is to understand it is a hobby. You're not getting paid for it yet.
Never know. That may happen one day. I mean, flag football is now going to be in the Olympics in 2028.
Well, I mean, obviously, me and you have had conversations off screen. I'm very optimistic that I think at some point in time, this hobby that we do could be actually something that we can get, financed and get reimbursed for our time, reimbursed for our creativity, reimbursed for, the things that you put in, because you do, for those who really, put the work in and put their creativity, their editing, their, meticulous thought process when it comes to what you're saying, and, choosing your right words and how you deliver it. For those that care, we understand how much you sacrifice for it. So at some point, I would love for it. We get to a point where, hell, I walk to the mailbox and there's a comma and a couple of zeros on that thing for what I did. I would love for it to come down that, to one day. So
I am definitely with you on that. That would be incredible. But there you go. Since we're near Halloween, what's your favorite scary movie?
I'm gonna go. Damn, that's crazy because I don't.
What's the one that scared you as a kid?
Cujo.
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 Oh yeah, that dog, and it was a guy in a suit that was the dog.
Bruh, that dog scared the shit out of me, bro. Absolutely. For a minute, I thought every German Shepherd was Cujo for a second, and I would be scared shitless walking through the neighborhood, bro. But Cujo. But I was always a Saw fan. Saw was a good series. The only problem is with Saw, they started treating it like it was Fast and Furious when you started having too many versions of it, and it's like, all right.
Yeah, now they're getting ready for Saw X here as well. That's pretty wild stuff right there. I'm like, man, they keep going. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I think after about the fourth one, I pretty kind of started falling off because I'm like, damn, man, how many jigsaw puzzles this man got, dog? Like, damn.
Definitely more than 4, I'm telling you. But here, let the people know where they can find you, man.
No doubt. You can always catch me, Mr. Wallace, on WGP. We got the YouTube channel, Wrestling Geeks and Pariahs. Catch us every Wednesday, doing our weekly episodes, Wild Out Wednesdays, or monthly shows as well. PPE's premier promo events, which we consider our pay-per-views that we do our biggest matchups and finish storylines and things like that. Or you can catch me everywhere on IOW Sports Network as Wildcard Mar on 613 Fate Productions, in the Four Corners of Wrestling, D-Man Cave Sports Podcast, man. Quack can tell you, man, I'm everywhere, man. I'm doing
I'm telling you, you need to look for that, man. I'm telling you, this man knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, man, I'm doing a lot of content because, hey, man, when you got aspirations of making Pat McAfee money, but on the independent way, man, you just got to make sure that you put content out there to make sure that, hey, people know who the hell you are. So, I don't get a lot of rest.
You don't, man. You are on the go, man. It's hard to get a hold of you sometimes. But that's the end of our show here. This Friday, we're gonna have Superstar Steve Stardom. We tried to have him last week. He will be on here this Friday. So we will have him. And on Sunday, we will have the Resolute champion, Tommy Ford. He will be here from the PPF, so we will definitely be talking some PPF on that side. I'm Dr. Quack. Thank you, Mr. Wallace, for coming on, and we'll see you next time.